It's all come down to this, the final 6 of Outlast 2022. Carlos, an essential swing vote for many close tribal councils, Carlos has navigated his way through the game with relationships across the board. He's been instrumental in key blindsides, and despite these big moves, he continues to be a player that others look to help them get to the end. Will he get caught in the middle, or can he continue to ride multiple alliances to a seat at Final Tribal Council?
Every round, or most rounds of the game, I had a significant contribution. But at the end of the day, I know that it's going to be an uphill battle.
David, a challenge asset for the Wonkus tribe and a clear strategic and social player, David emerged early as a big target. His alliances with Jazzy and Kim have complicated his game, but with his closest allies now gone and his idle play last tribal council, can David rely on challenge wins or the other relationships he's made to get to the end?
Building up my resume, I'm trying to play demure, but I'm really, alliance.
German. With equal parts social and sass, German has been an outspoken and calculated player. His direct, no-nonsense approach in strategy talks has made him a target, garnering him a few votes at previous tribal councils. But he's created many bonds, like his final 2 agreement with Nick, that have protected him when his back's been against the wall. Will his bold gameplay secure him a seat at the end?
I'm proud of me. I came for the experience, to push myself, to make new friends, and I think I did all of that.
John. He worked to keep Wonkus strong through the swap and the merge, cutting numbers when it suited him best and making deals left and right to keep his name out of the crosshairs of the original Kano players. His alliance with Carlos has held strong through the game. Can it carry them both to the finals, or will they have to cut each other to get there?
This is like where people make the big moves at. And I'm hoping I've been low-key enough that no one is targeting me.
Nick. His early alliance with German has proven itself to be a formidable force in the game. His ability to survive being in the minority at the swap and his name being tossed around for many tribal councils has had him on many players' radar as a potential end-game threat. Can he minimize his target long enough to find a way to the end?
This game, when you get kind of tossed into a tough situation, you kind of have to either play yourself out of it or really connect with someone.
Nicole. The last female identifying player standing, Nicole has been a stealthy, under-the-radar player who had a lot of strategic control at the original Kano tribe. She's turned on allies when necessary and built bridges across tribal lines. Can she continue making moves while the more obvious targets attack each other and make her way to the final tribal council?
I think at this moment, I'm in a pretty good position though, so I'm really weighing my options of what's too big of a move at this moment.
Find out now on the special 2-hour finale of Outlast 2022.
Welcome Final Six. Congratulations.
Great job, everyone.
Nice. Time for your next individual immunity challenge. John, I'm going to take it back. Looking a little wonky these days.
Love the girl. A little wonkus.
All right. Immunity's back up for grabs.
Wisconsin.
All right, so for this challenge, it is called Can You Recall?
No.
Here's how it's going to work. You're going to draw for spots. Each of you are going to be at one of these blocks. And I'm going to show you a series of images. All the images are on your block. And then I'm going to ask you to repeat back to me the images in the order that I showed them to you. So I'll say 3, 2, 1, you'll face that image out towards me. Second you get one wrong, you are out of the challenge. All right, so it's only one shot. All right, the number of images that I'll show will increase as the rounds continue. Last person standing wins immunity. You can pick up your boxes. Get used to where the images are on there. All right, here's your first set of images. Fish. Torch. Axe. Ship. Wood. Axe. Canteen. That's the series. Everybody find your first image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says fish. Everybody's correct. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says torch. Everybody's correct. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says axe, except for Nick, who says wood. Correct answer is axe. Nick is out of the challenge. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says ship, except for John, who has wood. It is ship. John, you're out of the challenge. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says wood. Everybody is right. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everybody says axe. Everybody's correct. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Carlos and Nicole say canteen. German says ship. David says logs or wood. It is canteen. German, David, you're out. Down to Nicole and Carlos.
What the fuck?
Next series. Axe. Ship. Canteen. Ship. Fish. Axe. Torch. Wood. That's it. Everybody give me the first image in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Both of you say axe. Both are correct. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Both of you say ship. Both correct. Next. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Both of you say canteen. Correct. Next one. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Both of you say ship. Both are correct. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Nicole says axe. Carlos says wood. You're both incorrect. It was fish. You're both stay alive. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal.
You both say axe. You're both correct. Next image. 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Nicole says torch. Carlos says ship. Correct answer. Torch. Congratulations, Nicole. You have won immunity. All right. Nicole, congratulations. You are safe at the final 6 tribal council.
Yes.
All right. That's good. Cannot vote for Nicole.
Thank you.
You are heading back to camp.
Nope, I got none. I was just guessing.
Damn.
Really?
I am dumb as
I
fuck.
had no idea fish was in there. No, and when I was sending everything back, fish was not one of them.
Seriously, so dumb. I got the first one.
I'm dead! And I threw out there a big gay final 3. And German was into it, Nick was into it. No, I know I can't trust them. I know they've been in their tribe since the beginning.
I am in a position where people want to talk to me. No one sees me, I don't think, as a threat, which is great for my game. That's the game I've been playing all along.
Trying my best to build this final 3, big gay final 3 in the last day. If it doesn't work, I have contingency plans, but the fact that I knew him, I don't know if it's gonna hinder or help my games.
So I found the idol actually at camp. It was in a log, kind of like hollowed out area, and it was during like scrambling. Like we were just like at each other. And German was walking down the little hill, and I was like, I saw it earlier, and I was like, crap. So I was like, let's just sit on this log, and I sat on it, and it was like hollow, so it like kind of broke, and I grabbed it, put it in my pocket. I was like, maybe we shouldn't sit here.
Hello, final 6. All right, we're now going to bring in the jury. Come on in. We've got Taylor, Kim, and Mike voted out at the last tribal council. Final 6. That is a big milestone in the game. I think getting through 7, which is such a pivotal vote at times in this type of game, is huge. So congratulations on making 6. This is, I think, where the game gets really, really tough, right? Group of 6. There's likely some semblance of a 4 in some ways, probably. If that's what you're working for at this point, right? So Nicole, having that necklace is probably really important.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about how do you utilize the power of that necklace? Because you are safe. So do you attempt to try and make moves because you know that you have a little bit of safety around you?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting close. I mean, every round is a new round, right? But I think it's like, what's going to propel me the most next round? How can I solidify my safety in the next round as well? And so it's really great having everyone come up to you and be open with their information. And so, yeah, you have to kind of use this to your advantage, especially so late in the game.
All right, German. All right. Final 6. Yeah. Did you picture yourself in this spot when you got here 2 days ago-ish?
I envisioned making jury. That was my goal. This far, not necessarily, but I'm super happy to make it this far. This is a milestone, like you said, and we all deserve to be here.
Carlos says the discussion around threat level at Final Tribal, is that becoming more and more of a theme of your discussions?
Not necessarily, but I do think people are thinking about it, and I do think everybody here holds a level of threat in our own ways, because we got here different paths, but with still highlighting individual strengths that could make any of us a winner. So.
All right. David, I believe, if my math is correct, we're down to, again, 3 original Kano and 3 original Wonkus, right? So this game is kind of evenly playing out here. Do you think those tribal lines truly are still kind of in there somewhere, or is it truly a fluid game at this point?
I think the answer is both. You know, we all know that existed, and so we're holding that in our minds at the same time that we're holding the tribe swap existed. So it's like, you know, calculate, you know, this tribe and then that tribe, and now it's those two equally together. So it's sort of, you know, make your best move.
John, we didn't really have a chance to talk about it at Tribal. Well, we did. I don't know that I asked much about your selection for the reward.
Do you think that selecting Mike and Carlos, has that impacted the game in any way? Have you noticed anything emerge? Mike is now over here. Do you think that was a factor in any way?
It might have been. I simply chose Mike because I barded with him. I was like, please let me win one because Carlos won one. So I feel really shitty that I might have been the reason he ended up over there.
All right. Nick, final six. Pretty exciting time. How are you managing your own personal threat level in this group?
Well, obviously, I'm not excelling at individual immunities right now, which is unfortunate. I don't know. I think my threat level could be taken as loyalty and relationships with people that I've either been with or during the swap built relationships with. Other than that, I'm just trying to play my game the way that I came here to play it, and hopefully that lands me further in the game, but if it's tonight, it's tonight, hey.
All right, I'm gonna go through each one of you on a scale of 1 to 10. How safe do you feel? We'll start with Nicole.
10.
German.
A 1.
A 1.
Yeah.
Carlos.
0, 1.
David.
0, 1.
0, 1. John.
0, 1.
0, 1.
0, 1, yeah.
0, 1. All right. I don't know how truthful those are, but we'll see how it plays out. Everyone feeling vulnerable except for Nicole. Of course, you cannot vote for Nicole. Anything else anybody wants to say before we get to the vote? Talk about, discuss with me or each other. All right, with that.
Sorry for my stinky feet. This looks pretty good, I think. And there are 5. So I can make top 4 with this. Hopefully that happens. I'm not gonna play it tonight. It's kind of odd that I found it this so late in the game when I had found 2 clues right off the bat, so I'm pretty happy. Plan is to split the vote here and see what Mike did with his legacy award, and then hopefully there's a revote and someone will be going home besides me.
Let's hope you don't have the legacy advantage.
At the back, your safety awaits and indignity attached to the back, so somebody has it. I made a plan to tie these votes. I hope it goes that way. Somebody's gonna get the legacy advantage. If John gets it, I'm gonna take out David. If Carlos gets it, I'll take out John. That's too easy at this point. Okay. Alright, so I use my idol when I don't know if I needed to. I think we're gonna split the votes. My gut tells me it might be me, but hopefully it's a tie and we can revote and the gays and the girls will stand strong in the final 4.
Let's try to get David out again. They're gonna probably split the votes. Me and Carlos are gonna vote David, and then hopefully on a recount, Sherman sways or Nicole sways. I don't know.
I thought I was going home. This is what I heard. I thought it was me, but then, Mike, I love you, man. Sorry for voting for you.
All right, final 6. Once the votes are read, the person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. The decision will be final. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
So I thought my chances of going home was pretty high, but thankfully a legend sent me a message, and since we're keeping the tradition of putting the scene
Why don't you read that then?
You have uncovered the legacy advantage to help you outlast your way to the end of the game. This advantage is played after the votes are cast, but before the votes are read. It will nullify any votes cast against you. You will only be able to play this on yourself when there are 10 people in the game or when there's 6 people in the game left in the game, which is now. If you're voted out with the advantage, you must will it to someone else that's still in the game. The player will receive it. Blah, 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 blah.
So any votes cast for Carlos will not count. Anything else? Let's go to the votes. First vote. Carlos. Does not count. Carlos. Does not count. John. 1 vote John. David. 1 vote David. 1 vote John, 1 vote David. David. 2 votes David, 1 vote John. The next person to join the jury will be determined by a revote, as we have a tie. 2 votes John, 2 votes David. So what this means, John and David, you will not vote. Carlos, because the votes do not count, you still are a part of the vote, not part of the tie. Which means Nick, Nicole, German, Carlos, you will all vote again. You can only vote for David or for John. Just a reminder, in the event of another tie vote, we then go to pass votes.
Are we allowed to talk?
You're not allowed to talk. You're going to vote right now. Nick, you're up.
I think my alliance is going to vote out David, but your boy is trying to get some votes on the jury. That's the only reason. Sorry, John.
You're such a sweet human and you're so charismatic, but I think you'd win over the jury.
Everybody's finding idols but me. Okay. So the plan worked. I'm so sorry. You are a threat in the end, so.
You're staying, but it doesn't matter anymore.
Once again, once the votes have been read, the decision will be final. They will be asked to bring me a torch and leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll get to the re-vote. First vote. David. David. It's 2 votes David. John. 2 votes David, 1 vote John, 1 vote left. It is for John. Which means we are deadlocked. Votes are even. They've had the same amount of past votes. All right, because David's votes were nullified by his idol. Other than that, they are even. All right. What happens in this scenario is that you are now going to have a discussion. If the 4 of you that just voted can come up with a unanimous decision between David and John, that's the way the vote will go. If not, we go to rocks. And I want to be very clear about that. Nicole is safe. Carlos is safe. David and John will be safe in that scenario. So rocks would just be between Nick and Jeremy. I'm going to give you about a minute to discuss.
All right,
Thank you.
it's clear. You want to do final 4. You can vote him out. It's clear. Let's just do
But
that.
that puts you at risk.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Who is up for voting right now?
The 4 of you have to come up with a unanimous
decide
So if
decision.
John or
we
David.
say John, he goes.
4 of them,
No.
all 4 of them have to say it.
All
It has to
four.
be unanimous.
Because I disagree. Literally,
All 4 of you.
If you guys don't agree, you two throw rocks. You guys are 3, we're 2. Next round, you guys have the numbers regardless. Why put yourself at risk for someone in the game?
Okay, I don't expect y'all to go to rocks for me, but I don't think you're gonna win. So like,
And that's fine, but I have to stand up for what I want to do, and that is what I want.
That's fine, but I can also speak during this, so I'm just also communicating.
It's okay. And I'm like, if I'm not changing my vote, I don't want them to try to persuade me because there's no way I'm changing my vote.
But I think that's kind of a fully response instead of having an argument. You just come out with that. Why don't you have a discussion with them?
Okay, so you would prefer me to like fake and like lie to them and
You don't
say
have to. You can hear what they have to say instead of just inserting your
my
opinion.
decision has been made, and that's it.
That's fine, but that's
But I don't want to.
the way you're doing it.
I understand.
It's.
I apologize.
I
But my
apologize,
decision.
accept it, but it's not a good look.
All right. And I didn't mean it to be a good look.
Clearly.
Yeah.
All right. Are you all in agreement?
John's and David's going inside.
All four of you agree on that.
That's fine.
Carlos, your vote's for David? David? Nicole? Nick? Nick, you agree?
Yes.
David? Okay. David, you're the next member of the jury. David, you can bring me a torch.
My stance has been, this is the girls and the gays, and that's who's gonna win. So I'm happy with this 3 in the front row.
All right, David.
Don't assume my sexuality.
All right. With that, final 5. You are going to head back to the challenge field.
And Carlos is my number 1, so if me and him win, I really don't care. It doesn't matter.
I'm exhausted. I feel like I only slept like 30 minutes yesterday and the day before, and I'm like zombied around. I feel like I'm on like drugs of like, I don't know how many drugs, but hopefully I wake up before the challenge and hopefully I win. So
Ended up connecting with a couple of the tribe mates from that tribe, and we kind of bonded, and I tried taking them as long as possible to then keep German my number 1. Like, he was my number 1.
All right, welcome final 5. That
Yeah.
was a crazy tribal council. So you're all here at the final 5. Nicole, first things first, I gotta take back individual immunity.
Good job, Nicole.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think many of you, most of you who wore this necklace, I think Nick, this is your turn.
I haven't touched it yet.
It's Nick's turn. This one?
God damn. That would look pretty on me.
All right. For the final 5 individual immunity challenge, this challenge is called Steady As You Go. Here's how it's gonna work. You are gonna stand on a perch. The bricks are back, but it's just one brick. So it won't be as bad, we promise. When you're standing on that brick, you're gonna have your arm out. You're gonna have a plate. And you're gonna have a ball on it. And you need to keep that ball on the plate for as long as you can. At a predetermined amount of time, we're gonna add a second ball. And then a third ball. If your ball falls off the plate, you are out. Last person standing wins immunity. Grab your plate and one of your balls. Oh, thank you. I'll give you a few seconds. As of right now, we're not going to really have any rules about where your arm can touch on your body, but be ready to move it out if you need to. But right now, no rules in that regard. Just got to keep the ball on the plate. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Challenge is on. Oh, with a little bit of movement. German with a little bit of movement. 30 seconds left. Hold on. Let me get your reset. Alright, with that, everybody grab your ball. You are safe. And step down. Do a shakeout minute. Everybody got the second ball. Okay, you gotta have both balls on there now. If you make any adjustments to your brick or anything, now's the time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your balls. And the time has started. Another 3 minutes in this round. Halfway through this round. Nick with a little bit of movement. Just sit back. Has some movement. Grab your balls, you're all safe.
Holy cow, guys.
Hey, great work.
Freaking 3 balls. No.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody release. Sound is back on. Nick with a good save. John is dropped. German's on the move. 24 seconds. German with a great save, but loses it. German out of the challenge, down to 3. Everybody looking good?
Oh no!
Nicole dropped. As soon as I said that, I'm sorry if I cursed you, Nicole. Down to Carlos and Nick. Carlos and Nick. Nick has not had the taste of immunity just yet. I love that. Little wobbles from Carlos, balls on the move. Trying to find that ground. Somewhat back under control, but the balls are somewhat separated. Make sure those elbows are away. Really good. Don't move them unless you tell you. We'll give you a warning. has dropped. Carlos wins immunity.
I honestly was about to fall like so many times. I was like, Nick is getting his first immunity here.
All right, Carlos, come on over.
Nice job, Carlos.
Congratulations. You are guaranteed a spot in our final four. With that, the 5 of you will head back to camp. Won't be.
I think it's pretty obvious that me and John are close at this point. So my only hope is to plant the idea that I'm willing to vote him out, and I am, but he doesn't have to vote me out.
Mr. Immunity.
So hopefully when he goes this round, like, I think it'd be smarter for them to.
All right, we're gonna welcome in the jury. Taylor, Kim, Mike, and we already have David here with us, voted out at the last tribal council. David rolled his ankle in a challenge earlier today. He is fine, everything's fine, but we're just giving him a little extra time to get here, so he was here ahead of time. All right, congratulations, Final Five. It's always, every step in this game, I think, is a really big milestone, right? You get that next level, that next round. Nicole, do you think, are we still in that mentality of just the next round, or are we thinking endgame at this point? There's only 5 people left. There's not a lot of places to hide. Are we in the end game mode?
I think everyone's kind of in the end game and seeing what's best for their game, and seeing kind of like chess, you know, what's going to be my next move after this, and hoping everything falls into place in the way they want it to.
John, has there been much talk about Final 3, Final 2? Do you have expectations, and has there been different discussions based on what that could be?
There's been a lot of discussions between everyone. I think at this point we're all being transparent with each other. There's no need for any blind sides or anything like that, and that's a good thing. And then whoever makes it to the next round is just going to put their all, and that's it.
Carlos, congratulations. Second immunity win. Did you feel in a vulnerable spot? I mean, I think every round you want to be safe, but did you feel any sort of extra pressure to be safe in this Final 5 position?
Yeah, I thought I was going home last round, and I know I can't address the jury, but I want to apologize publicly for actions that I did that I'm not proud of. It wasn't my decision to block someone from having a chance to give a speech and a plea for the game. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I went from thinking I was getting voted out to potentially having a chance to coming on top, and it was a lot, but it doesn't justify my actions, so I want to apologize publicly. Nonetheless, I do, in the game context, I did feel vulnerable, so I wanted to try harder for the game.
German, so Carlos brings up something interesting around jury management. We've talked about it a little bit, right? There's now 4 members of the jury. Jury management is a huge aspect of this game. You need to vote people out and then ask for their vote in return at the end. Yeah. So how are you thinking about the jury and your approach to the jury should you get to Final Tribal Council?
Well, you know, this is a game of game players. We all know Survivor. I think the jury will respect a good game played, a good game player. I know there was some blindsides, some backstabs, all of this, but I think in the end, the jury will respect a great game. I don't know what they're looking for specifically, but I just hope in the end they can, you know, vote based on who played the best.
So Nick, summarize where we're at. There's 5 of you left, not many places to hide. How are you feeling in this position, and kind of where do you think we're at in the game? Is there something locked in as a final 3 at this point? 3 out of 5 is what you need?
I think there's a locked in 4. And this game's been great. I mean, like, we've obviously been communicating across the board, but everybody's been pretty open and honest with the decision tonight. So
does everyone feel like they know who's going this round? Does it feel like a pretty set decision?
yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to discuss before we see if that is actually true? All right, with that, we'll vote. John, you're up first.
After that last tribal, mind blown. I see I have a real ally here. I think we're all being transparent with each other. I think the 4 he was speaking of doesn't include him. That's Nick. He's excluded in that. We kind of told him. Hopefully I'm not being lied to, but he humbly accepted it. So like, no hard feelings. Great player. He probably could beat me, drag me in a tug of war. He finished second in that last immunity challenge. So after this, it's a fresh game. Hopefully I'm still here.
You're an awesome ally, and you're a great person. However, you have such a good story in this game that I don't think I could beat you. That being said, I'm really worried that it's not going to be an easy vote.
No, looking for the idol today. I found out it was found. So me and Nick came up with a plan for getting everyone to vote for him because he has an idol. I am voting Nick, but I'm in on the plan. Good luck.
This is supposed to be a straightforward vote. I don't know why it would. I don't know why it would not vote for John. Unless there's something I'm missing. But I almost prefer them if they did, because that means I wouldn't have to do it myself and burn more people in the jury.
Well, I've been told my name's been written down a couple of times, at least, because they don't want to go to the end. Now, you said you couldn't beat me in the end. I don't think I can beat you in the end, so I'm playing my idol tonight, and hopefully you go home.
All right, I'll go tally the votes. All right, once the votes are read, the person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. The decision will be final. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now is your last time to do so.
Well, Justin, wouldn't be survivor without one more.
Oh my god!
Playing for yourself?
Yeah.
All right, as you know, the rules state if a hidden immunity idol is played, all votes for that player will not count. This is a hidden immunity idol.
Nice job, Nick.
Any votes for Nick will not count. First vote. Nick does not count. Nick does not count. Nick does not count. Nick does not count. One vote left. The next member of our jury, Nicole. Sorry, Nicole.
Good luck, everyone. No, I'm kidding. Oh, it's that.
All right, Nicole. Travis vote.
Thank you.
All right. By now you know the drill. Heading back for the next immunity challenge. Final four. Congratulations all. All right, Carlos, I do need to take back the immunity necklace. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. and more important than ever. One change to the game at this point. Past votes no longer break tie. The past votes are irrelevant. They will no longer impact the tie vote. In the event of a tie, we'll tell you what happens then. All right. We are at the Final Four Immunity Challenge. This challenge is called Sharpshooter. You'll be using slingshots to shoot at targets on the various stands over there. Each of the different targets are worth a different amount of points. All right. First person, 10 points, wins, or the person with the most points after 8 rounds. All right. So if we don't get someone to 10 points, first person after 8 rounds of shooting. All right. It's gonna be one at a time shots, not like rapid fire. All right. Now, if you were to hit the stand and they all fall off, you'll get the highest point value on that stand. All right. So if you were to hit this one and they all fall off, you get the 3 points. Unless one of them breaks, then you also get that point. So if it completely breaks and I can't put it back on, then you'll also get that point. All right. You'll see back there are multipliers. So if you hit either of those two, you'll multiply your points by that many. So if you have 3 points and you hit the 2x, you'll jump to 6 points. Any other questions? The only thing I want to clarify, if at the end of the 8 rounds, everyone has a tied in points, if you all have 1, it's whoever got to that one first. Whoever scored that one first. Okay. All right. All right, first shot. A little bit low. Close. Close. Miss for Nick. That's a good mount.
Yeah, baby.
7 points. German on the board with 7. Immunity for John. Immunity for Nick. Down to Carlos or German. Carlos has to get at least 7 to tie. Congrats. Wow. So, as I said, if you knock it off, you get the highest point value. If we are tied, it's whoever had the points first. That is German. German wins immunity. Come on over. Come on over.
Let's just show that. You get one.
All right. Congratulations, German. You are safe. Guaranteed a spot in the final 3. You can return back to your tribe mates. You're going to head back to camp for a little bit of strategizing time. Not too much, though, so make it count.
I can't believe it. I came into this game, 18 people. I'm very reserved, shy when I meet new people. I don't really like to get out of my shell. I'm a Scorpio, obviously. But as the game was going on, I found confidence. I found this strength and just like, keep going. And then once we swapped and then merged, my goal was to make merge. And after that, I didn't really care. But you know what? I just kept fighting.
welcome in our jury. Taylor, Kim, Mike, David, and Nicole voted out at the last tribal council. We do now have some stools if that's preferred for you. Congratulations, Final Four. Another big milestone. I think everybody always loves to get to a Final Four position. I'm going to go right down the line and just ask the same question. Do we feel like this vote is locked, or is there a potential surprise?
My vote's locked. I don't know if the others are, so.
German.
There's always room for surprise, but I battled with a decision, and I think I'm going to make one that's true to my heart.
Carlos.
Locked.
John.
Pretty locked.
All right. Kind of fun. We have, again, 2 original Kano, 2 original Wonkus here at the Final Four. I love a game that has some fluidity and mixtures and feels very balanced, so that's pretty great. German, congratulations on winning that challenge. Carlos, very, very close for you. Do you feel like you needed this one? Obviously, it'd be nice to be safe, but do you feel like it was crucial for your survival?
It's hard to know what people are making their decision on, so I do think like winning it was crucial, and I wanted to. Sucks how it worked out, but that's how it went.
And for you, German, does that, I think I asked Nicole the same question, but does that give you a sense of power and confidence where you feel like you can kind of help control this vote a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of power with this vote, and I can definitely control how it turns out to a factor. I do want to take this time to let the jury know that I did know that Nick had an idol, but I had to play it off. I'm sorry to Nicole and to you boys, but I've been working with Nick since day one, and I just had to play it off just in case we came back to camp and one of them won the final immunity. I wanted them to think that I was with them and not with Nick, so that I would be safe going in forward.
So John, what's your pitch here at this Final Four vote? Why should you stick around, and why are you pitching for someone else to go?
There's only one person I could put the vote on, and I'm not going to put it on someone that basically saved my life in this game. So we already talked openly on this, so it's not any blind side. We said we're not even strategizing at this point. We're so tired. We're just trying to make it to the end mark right now, and we're just transparent with them.
So Nick, what does that mean? Let's clarify. What does that mean? We've all talked openly. Where do we think the vote's going?
More than likely it'll be a split. But I just want to reiterate, I think I saved John as well. Maybe in the last vote, playing the idol and voting out Nicole. But I understand. His loyalty is right to his right.
So is that what we're potentially looking at here? A split vote? 2-2 in the Final Four? Carlos, is that where you think it's heading?
Apparently, I do applaud Nick. I think he has a lot of very precise moves this game, and they're very subtle and moves that have been overlooked. And I think it's about point where we start considering those. And I do think he has a very respectable game. And my vote is for Nick, not only because I think he is the other person, like not only because I'm not as close to him, but also because I think he is one of the favorites to win.
Is there anything anybody else would like to say before we get to this pivotal vote? No? All right, I do want to remind you all, and Jerry, I'm not sure if you heard it or not, but tie votes are no longer broken by past votes. All right, we'll discuss what the tiebreaker rules are if that's what happens. All right, anything else? All right, Nick, you're up.
I feel like I've been writing a novel here. Well, he said we're going this route, so I have to trust him, and hopefully whatever happens with a tiebreaker, I can come back.
I hope you know how to make fire. something tells me that they're voting for me, and I never have done fire in my life, so I hope this is not the first time that I have to.
So I guess it's coming down to fire or something, because these votes are gonna stay locked.
All right, once the votes are read, the vote is final. The person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Nick. John. One vote Nick, one vote John. Nick. 2 votes Nick, 1 vote John, 1 vote left. John. We do have a tie. We talked openly about it. Sounded like that was probably where it was going. That's what has happened. So what will happen is, John and Nick, you will not vote. Carlos, German, you will vote one more time. We will do a revote. I'm going to give both John and Nick a moment to share why these two should keep you. Try to sway their vote. Otherwise, we will go to a tiebreaker.
I think I deserve being top 3. Just knowing that, yes, maybe I have made slight moves here and there to get to where I am now, and obviously finding that immunity idol. Pretty much out of luck, but obviously the play is what the play was. I understand your loyalty with John, and it'll be tough to persuade you, but in the end, if you want to go up against somebody that has competed this whole time and shown you that they will compete until the end, that's on you, but appreciate playing with you as well.
John?
My pitches, I feel like I've competed. I haven't won as much. Nick is a strong competitor, and I think he has a way better story if he makes it to the final. He survived being purged by the original Marcus tribe. He played that idol, made a big move. That's a lot of story to tell. And I think you should just look at all of those moves, because he's going to have one of the greatest arcs of season 1.
German, Carlos, time to revote. All right, I'll read the votes again. First vote, Nick. And the next member of the jury will be decided by a tiebreaker. So, Nick, John, would not be a game like this without some fire making to break a Final Four tie. So we're going to break really quick while we set that up. We need a minute or two to do that. All right, juries, hang tight. All right, you got flint. These are the ones that were used in the fire making challenge. They're about equally beat up. Good luck with that. You got a little straw, you got some kindling kit. You have that bucket of materials. You're also able, if you want, to travel that way and gather whatever you'd like to help. Can't travel it all this way, so no torches, no campfire, and then that way. First person to break their rope and raise their flag wins. Any questions? Everybody feeling good, feeling fair? Want to make sure you feel good, you feel fair.
Well, we're not feeling good.
I feel fair. I feel fair.
I have a stove at home.
All right. Just want to check. At a predetermined amount of time, we will make it a little bit easier for you. And I'll give you a warning when we're getting close to that. All right? For a spot in the final 3. Players ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Nick going for flame. A lot of sparks. All right, in 1 minute, you'll be receiving matches if you want to prepare for that. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. John's got a little flame going. Can he keep it alive? Nick's got some flame going now. Gotta keep that fuel. Both guys have flame. Sean seems a little bit healthier at the moment. Starting to touch the rope a little bit. So it's coming back down. Nick now with a steady fire, a little higher than John's. John trying to nurture those little bits of flame he has left. Both guys with flame, trying to get it to reach that rope. There's no camera on me, right? I can drink. Both guys with good sized fires now, they just got to get it to that rope. Holding this TP up, trying to get it to reach that. A little bit of flame on Nick's rope now. John fighting to stay in it. Nick's fire on the rope. Getting dark, getting black. Flame on the rope now. With that, Nick wins Final Four Fire Making Challenge. Just be careful, guys. Just step back, step back, step back. All right. Congratulations, Nick. You have finished the Fire Making Challenge for Final Four first, so you will be a member of the Final Three. John, I'm sorry, that does mean you got to bring me your torch. Absolutely.
One of the best experiences in my whole life. Never made fire. And Wonk is strong, bro. I hope you take this home.
All right. John, the tribe has spoken. All right. Final three. This is for you.
15 of your comrades only had hoped to get where you are. You played so well and should be proud for getting this far. But one more challenge lies ahead. Before you can plead your case, one more of you will join the jury claiming dreaded third place.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, this whole day has been nuts. But going to tribal, I talked to German and said, where are you voting? Like, or where do you want me to vote? Where do you feel best at the end? And I think the biggest thing he just said, who do you want to build fire against?
The reason I tied the votes is because if John is there, he's 100% bringing Carlos. So either I win or Carlos wins. Now I really feel like if anybody wins, I'm going to the finals.
It feels unbelievable because I didn't think I was going to make it. It feels great.
Top of mine is win, win, win. If I win, I get to control who I bring to the end.
I think that it's a 2-1 split.
I think I set myself up in a position where if Carlos wins, he'll bring me, and if Nick wins, he'll bring me.
So I essentially have to win it myself.
I don't want to sound cocky. I'm just saying I feel like I put myself in a better position than if I had brought John.
Just gotta win it. I mean, I have the word of his German saying, if he wins, he'll take. But I think after seeing me win fire, I think he has a tougher decision.
Carlos told me, he said Nick is a huge jury threat. He doesn't want to go up against him, so it's only right that I set myself in the middle between both parties.
I'm 100% taking German. I think Nick has played a phenomenal, great game, and I have noticed since a couple of rounds prior of him doing little things like voting a certain way and just to make sure their vote count goes up, or like him being close to Kim and David to make sure he was good with that side, and now apparently he was close to German as well.
But I've been making moves this whole game, and honestly, I feel like I was the stronger one in the pair. I made the moves. He did a lot of what are we doings. I did this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I played my game with loyalty. I gave German my word. Like I said, we're going to the finals together. We did loop in a lot of people here and there just to make sure we were gonna win votes.
And I really feel like I can give a speech to the jury and really convince them. I'm not scared to go up against him in a jury, chat.
I think German has a chance of taking me. I think that he knows the jury is not a big fan of me.
If I'm there with Carlos, I definitely think I could beat him too. I think he has a lot of enemies on the jury already, and I think I could. It's gonna be tough, but I think I'll talk him too.
I think if I make it to the end, it's gonna be a long shot. I think my pitch is gonna have to be first become empathetic about whoever feels betrayed by me or whoever felt hurt by me.
I respect Carlos. I respect the game he played. I feel like he was on the bottom of his tribe. He had to fight. I feel like he won a lot of challenges. Nick didn't win any challenges.
And obviously, I have to bring up when we swapped. I mean, I was back up against the wall. We had fortunate break with Eli. I'm just gonna tell them that I got him sick, and that was my game plan.
And I will contribute examples, literal examples of me inputting into the game, and I hope that they would respect that.
I just gotta win. I don't know. I'm
going in knowing that I need to win, and hopefully it gives me the motivation to win. And yeah,
I need to win it. I mean, I haven't won yet. I haven't worn that necklace. I want to feel that necklace around.
All right, congratulations, Final Three, and welcome to your final immunity challenge. For the last time, German, I got to take it back. All right, if you win this challenge, you win this necklace, which guarantees you a spot in the final two and allows you to decide who you're going to take with you to Final Tribal Council to plead your case for the win. All right, high stakes. Let's get to it. It is a little complicated, so you're going to want to pay attention. All right, there are 3 puzzle stations. All right, 1, 2, 3. There are 6 stations out there. At each station is a bag of puzzle pieces in your color. There's going to be 3 colors. They'll be clearly marked with tape: green, blue, and gray. All right. 6 stations. You gotta hit each one to get each bag of puzzle pieces. Bring them back here. You do have to bring your puzzle pieces back each time. You can't go to multiple stations, bring them back here. You gotta go to each station and you have to correctly answer a question about things that have happened in this game over the last 2.5 days in order to receive your pieces. You will tell your spotter the answer to the question. If you're correct, they're gonna say correct, you can take your pieces. If you're wrong, you gotta go to another station, okay? If you go to an obstacle, and it's your last station but you get it wrong, you have to come back here and touch your table before you can go back to the same station, okay? Now, the last complicated piece. If you arrive to a question and you're like, I have no idea what this is, I will never know, it's hard to tell you, but far down at the end of the field is a bucket of rocks, kind of near where the entrance is, you can't miss it. You can go all the way down there and bring a rock back to the station, trade that for your puzzle piece. It's a bit of a time penalty. All right, we are gonna draw for spots. This is the last challenge of Outlast 2022. Carlos, German, Nick for the final immunity. Players ready? Go ahead.
Eight.
Nick, how's the next bag?
Correct. Maine.
Incorrect.
Yep.
Correct.
Nick has a good lead on the puzzle. Carlos heading out to his final station one more time.
No.
Like this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Like that. Yes, you fucking do. Go in. Where you?
Nick wins final immunity.
Oh my god.
All right. All right, Nick. Got it when you needed it. Final immunity is yours. Come on up. Congratulations. You are guaranteed a spot in the final two. And you will decide if you're taking German or Carlos with you to that final tribal council. I'm going to give you some time to discuss with these folks, probably about 5 minutes each. We'll give you about 10 minutes if you want to chat with them for about 5 minutes each before we head to tribal council. All right, welcome to the final tribal council before the final tribal council. Nick, congratulations, very important and powerful position to be in and an important win. You now have to make the decision if you're bringing German or Carlos to the final tribal council. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts over the course of the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, that felt like at least like 3 hours. I mean, I watched various people wear this, and it took the last one to put it around my neck, so pretty crazy. But the last 10 minutes, got to speak to both of them. They both pled their case as to why they'd like to sit next to me. Both very valid answers. So it's going to be a tough decision.
And for you, Nick, is it about who you think you can beat? Is it about loyalty and relationships? Or is it a mix of both?
Well, that's tough to answer because on my right is someone I've been with since day one, and on my left is someone that I got in with this merge. But it comes down to who I think I can beat at the end. That's in my best game decision, and how I came in and wanted to play this game, and I'm going to stick to it.
So German, what was your case that you pled to Nick?
Well, my case was loyalty. You know, I've been with him since day one, like he said, and always been by his side. Every decision that I made, you know, always included him. We were ride or dies, and I showed him how loyal I was last round by saving him with fire, making him go to fire to get a chance when they wanted me to vote him out. You know, I play with my heart, and I hope that he can reciprocate that and take me to the end. I think it'll be an even match. I think it's a great ending to a wonderful season, and I really hope he picks me. I will be devastated if I don't get picked because I really put my heart into this game, and I put my heart into this alliance.
Carlos, what was your pitch?
We have been trying to get each other out for a while. It's funny. But I do think that while I don't want to invalidate his decision of trust and loyalty, I do think he capitalizes on the fact that he thought both of us would take him to the end. He told me he would take me to the end if he won. And I do think you guys have similar friends, similar allies, and that would be you guys be competing for the same vote. With a group of 7 jurors, only takes 4 to win. Him having 2 and 2 free agents voting for him is a decision that can make you lose the game. I don't know if he was being honest to me when he told me that if he won, he was going to keep me and eliminate you. But I think his decisions were always made based on being in the best position for him rather than loyalty to you.
Incorrect. We spoke last round in the final 4, and I said to you, I'm gonna send you to fire. And I didn't want to bring Carlos. You know, I wanted to bring John because I felt like we could both beat him. And you know, I felt like you had a better chance at beating John in the fire. So that's why I went that way, because I wanted you there, because I knew if I had you in the final 3 and Carlos in the final 3, yes, I did feel like both of you would bring me, but I would never have bring Carlos. I didn't even want him in the final 3. So you know where my heart lies.
I told him I never made fire. You know I never made fire. If you wanted to, I know John hasn't made fire either, but if he wanted an easy beat and he really wanted me out, he could have easily put my name down at final 4. His decision, he wasn't close to John. He was close to me the entire game as well. And I think that, you know,
we've been around camp. We've all seen it.
I respect your decision.
We've all seen it. Carlos has made fire right in front of us. John does not know how to make a fire for his life. He says he's from New York and he has a stove. Like, hello, who am I gonna vote for you to go against so that you could win?
I think everybody knows that all I did was like put the flashlight on, and then because
That's more than John.
Because I didn't want to seem lazy, I would get some fire sticks here and there, but that's it.
All right, Nick, do you need to hear anything else before you make your decision?
No.
All right. Nick, you'll cast the only vote, because Germany can only vote for Carlos. Carlos, you can only vote for German. It's your vote that matters. Let's do it.
Well. Didn't think I was going to see this place again. That was a pretty intense battle out there, pleading their cases. And I have to decide which one to vote out, which means that person that doesn't get their name here will be sitting next to me in the final. I have to kind of chill my emotions right now. They're definitely on high, so getting ready to kind of pitch my win. So awesome person to camp with, and you know, unfortunate it ends now. Check it out.
I'll get to the vote. The final member of our jury is Carlos. Carlos, you can bring me a torch. Carlos, the tribe, or in this case, Nick. That's the... All right, final two. You have gone as far as you can go in the game on your own. Your fate now lies in the hands of these 6 members, as well as Carlos, who you just voted out. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to gather your thoughts, and then we're going to get to final tribal.
I feel accomplished because I feel like I played hard, and usually I regret not playing hard enough and kind of playing it easy and going with the flow and then just regretting it after. And I wanted to make sure this game was different, and I think it was. Obviously, like, I think I expected my game to be over a long time ago, and like every step that I got closer and closer, it felt like I could actually get there. And then when it mattered the most, my brain just kind of like, I forgot everybody's name. Forgot, like, I don't know, but it was hard. I don't blame him. I would have made the same decision. It's just like I had like one more step and I missed. That's all.
So I think I have a little more insight than previous jury members just because I've been with them longer. So it's not going to be any questions like, what was your biggest move? Because I kind of know that. We always debrief after.
I think German had a better social game, but I think Nick had a better strategic game, and I think he did a lot of things under the radar that not a lot of people were picking up on.
If they don't take Nick out, that's a mistake, and he's going to have my vote.
I think German's in charge.
I want to hear German's full story, if there's anything else he has.
And I know that he's a huge reality TV show junkie. Whether he doesn't seem like he's in charge or not, I know he is.
Just German because we had the best bond.
Nick has a phenomenal story. Like, we were purging him left and right.
Nick's like kind of too quiet, doesn't really get to know people, but Jervin knows the game.
German and Nick. Welcome to your final tribal council, the final tribal council of Outlast 2022, our first season. I just want to say before we get started, you've been an amazing cast, jury. Thank you so much. Final two, thank you so much. And to all those who played who are not here at the moment, it's been a really, really special thing for me personally. I'm not going to get emotional. And I can't thank enough this amazing crew behind me of people that made this all happen. I get to be the face, but they're really the people that make the magic. So thank you to all of them. So this is how it's going to work. You both have an opening statement. Then the jury will have an opportunity to ask you a question or to make a statement. And then you'll have about a 2-minute wrap up. Okay? Whoever goes first in the opening will go last in the closing. Nick, as the last immunity winner, you'll get to decide if you want to go first now and last later, or second now and first later. So Nick, would you like to go first or second?
I will go first.
You want to go first now and second later? Correct. Great. Nick, whenever you're ready.
Well, first of all, this was an unreal experience, and I was fortunate to actually play with all of you at some point, whether it was in the beginning or all the way to the end. Coming into Outlast, I knew I hated being outside in the wilderness. I watched Survivor with my family growing up, but then cold turkey all the way to this new season. So I had a sense of what could happen, but didn't really know to a certain extent. Coming out here, I came with 3 different strategies. I said, I'm going to find one person, trust them from the beginning, and ride all the way through. The second one was never be comfortable. Like, you need to always be on your feet. whether it is looking for clues or looking for idols. And then third and most, just like be yourself and open up to individuals. It's a quick game, and you have to kind of understand and their perspective on this game as well as life itself. There's connections out there. So standing on that cone in the beginning, I was the first one out there, so I literally watched everybody walk in. Lucky for me, I found my first clue to a hidden immunity idol day one on the cone. Day one on the box. So I had two walking to first drop, like first camp. Ended up meeting that person to my left. And we just locked eyes and said, let's do this. Like, no matter what, keep each other in the loop. Doesn't mean we have to speak every second of the day, but when we're coming to a big moment, let's link up and let's decide. And then I felt like I was pretty genuine with all of you, with all of our conversations.
1 minute.
And it got to me where I was now. I lost individual immunity after individual immunity after individual immunity until when it ended up mattering. And I'm so happy to be sitting here. One big call out is Nicole. Yes, we had that bond, and unfortunately, walking into tribal when you said you didn't want to take me further, I had to jump ship. It made my game a little bit more stronger, and that's how I had to play. Other than that, first season of this was unreal. I think I would do it over again, maybe with the option of like staying in a hotel at night, but other than that, seriously, I want to thank all of you, and all of you.
Great. Thank you, Nick.
Yep.
Sherman.
All right. Believe it or not, coming into this game, I'm really a shy person. It takes me a while to come out of my shell. I know, shocking, right? So I know when I came into this game with the tribe, I had to show my personality and create bonds. I wanted to create a bond with each and every person on my tribe. That way, in case we did go to tribal, maybe I'm not in an alliance, but at least they wouldn't say my name first, so that would keep me protected. I had Eli, Allison, Taylor, Eric. All of them came up to me and said, "Hey," even this guy, who said, "Hey, I like you. I want to work with you," and they felt my bonds. Moving forward, we swapped, and I came into this game. I wanted to play with passion. I wanted to never give up. Easily we were up 5-2. People would like to throw challenges to get people out and like that. I didn't want to play like that. I wanted to give it my all. So when we had Carlos and Kim, sorry, nervous. I made sure I gave my all, and you guys saw that in the challenges. And I never wanted to throw a challenge because I knew if you don't go to tribal council, you can't get voted out. So you might have the majority, but people flip. So I never wanted to go to tribal council. So I gave my all, and I created a bond with you guys. Coming into merge, I wanted to make sure that I kept my people protected as much as I could. I wanted to play fair. I was out in the fields talking to people constantly. I feel like with me and him, I feel like he was the guy coming up saying, what should we do? What are we going to do? And I was the person saying, this is what we're doing. This is what we need to do. I feel like he was like more passive in the alliance, and I felt like I was the one going out there and really trying to figure out what to do. Moving forward, I just tried to make sure that my name wasn't, out there as a threat. I gave my all in the challenges. I won 2 immunity challenges. He trusted me so much. He told me about the clue that he found on day 1, and also when he found the idol on
1 minute, John.
On the final 6, he told me about it. So coming into final 5, I didn't know he had the idol, and I wanted to make sure that I got a benefit out of that. And I didn't want the guys thinking that I was so close to him. So I had to make sure that I voted with him, or voted with the group to take him out, even though I knew the votes were going to be nullified, and then he took me out. But yeah, I gave it my all. I gave it passion, and I feel like we all came here to play, and I really feel like I did that.
Great, thank you. All right, Jerry, now it's over to you. We are going to go in the order in which you were voted out.
So Taylor, you are up first.
Congratulations, guys. You guys both played very amazing. So happy that you guys are sitting there, especially after they started picking our tribe off. I don't necessarily have any specific questions. I'm excited to see how you answer theirs. But I just wanted you guys to both close your eyes. I'm going to go through all these people, and I want you to raise your hand if you think that you have their vote. Okay. Me. Kim. David. Mike. Nicole. Carlos. And John. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Taylor. Up next, Kim.
All right, hi. I'm going to start general and get specific. Survivor as a whole, not just this game, is incredibly difficult for women historically. Women tend to be put into the category of weak or overly intimidating and viewed at as a threat for playing a game the way that I see a lot of men playing. We collectively had a lot of conversations about that problem, not in this game, but as a whole, culturally, and that came up frequently. We talked about wanting to put girls in. Unfortunately, we sent 4 women home at the beginning. And this isn't specific to you guys, but as a whole, I had girls telling me, we're done, we're moving through as girls. Right before I was voted off, I had people looking me in the face and saying, we are absolutely not doing another girl. So getting more specific with that now, I want to move to jury management. This is a very small jury, and every single vote counts. And I'd like to address my question about the challenge that you guys played out in the field, right? A unanimous biggest liar. I'm interested in why. Because what I can say, sure, we all lie at different points in the game, right? But people that I voted for, I lied to once. I had plenty of other people lying to me time after time after time. People that continued to try to vote me out unsuccessfully until they did. People looking at me. I want to know, why would you call me the biggest liar? Not a threat, not a strong contender, not a challenging player, but a liar. And why should I vote for you, given the fact that you did that?
Of course, valid question. That was a question that was presented to us, and in that game, we had to vote who we thought the majority of people were voting for. And I think it was you. I think you are the biggest threat. All those things that you said, that is what you are. But the question was about liar. I don't think necessarily that you are a liar. We've had conversations, and we were truthful to each other to the point where, we had to split off. I don't feel like I ever lied to you. I feel like I kept it mostly real. I don't want you to feel hurt off of that question. I don't think people here think that were the I know they said that you were the biggest liar, but I think a lot of people were voting based on who they thought the majority was, and we don't think like you're a horrible person or like a complete liar. You're just you're a great game player.
And that's how you felt specifically? You?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think,
Okay.
like I said, I already said.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to make sure I'm getting each of your specific points of view on that vote.
Nick.
Okay. I wasn't actually in the game at that moment, so I didn't vote in it.
You're right. Yeah, I apologize. But then I would like,
of course,
for the
yeah,
perception.
No, I thought you were probably one of the strongest players out there. And when we came back from the swap into the merge, I knew you had a great alliance with your team. And then I saw you talking to multiple other people outside of your alliance, and that's what scared me the most.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to set myself up to get here at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you ever lied to me at all, so I wouldn't call you a liar. I just think you were probably one of the biggest threats out there.
No, I totally understand that, and my last statement on that is just that I think there are a lot of people talking to other people here, and I just find it really disappointing that the perception of me was that, and that has been a really difficult thing to sit. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. David.
first off, I just want to say congratulations to you guys. This is also my problem as well. You know, when you guys say that you were very personal with each person and got to know them, I never got that from you, but I'm also man enough and understanding enough that I never gave that to you guys as well. I pride myself on a social game as well, and I didn't get to know you guys the way I could have with people I wasn't working with. And I feel like it was the same way back. So you guys are sitting here for reasons that are very clear. But I'm going to vote for who I think played the best game, but also who has passion. So it's tough for me. But I just want to say thank you guys, and I'm very happy you guys are both here. And good luck.
Thanks, Mike. Now it's David.
Okay. All right. My boys, my girls, I told you, you know, after the tribe had merged and, you know, Kim had gone home, this is what I saw as the final three. And I think all three of us had a similar strategy going in. I think if the two tribes ended up differently and I was on one of your tribes, I think we would be sitting there together. And I think if, you know, one vote went differently, we would have been the final three. So I didn't disclose this in the beginning, but German and I knew each other not well from the beginning. And Nick, we met here. So I feel like I'm on, you know, unstable ground with where my vote is. So with the new school and old school, I knew you didn't know one. Where should my vote go? What can you say on that?
Well, I'll say this. Obviously, right when we did the swap, like, connected very well. And without him there, I needed my next German. Like, I needed my next gay. I needed to latch on to somebody. He is right. I'm pretty passive, but obviously I'm aggressive as well. Aggression also gets you here in some type of ways. But I would say why you should vote for me is because I tried to save you. I mean, I tried to get you here. I told you that. I told you that. Top three, let's get it. Let's get this homosexual thing going on up here. Like, but obviously, votes didn't fall our way, and unfortunately, we're sitting on that side of the here.
All right, German.
Yeah, so we obviously knew of each other coming into this game, but I definitely didn't want to factor that into my gameplay fully. I wasn't going to be blindly loyal to you just because I knew you beforehand. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to be honest. In the final six, I made the plan to do the 2-2-2, and I made sure the boys voted for you because I didn't want it to be me, I wanted it to be him. And I knew the legacy was going to come into play. I knew it was going to be Carlos or it was going to be John. Carlos got it, so then it was between you and John, and I wanted to take John out, but Nicole voted you. But if John had the legacy, I would have voted you out over Carlos. So I hope you can just see that as me being a player and just being fair. And I enjoyed playing with you. It was great. I just feel like you were a huge threat going forward. And yeah, I enjoyed playing with you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, David. Nicole?
Hello, boys. I am so happy to see the two of you there. I'm so blessed that I got to play this game with you. You both did phenomenal. I wish that we could give both of you the W because you both deserve it. However, that's not the case. I want you two in your final statements to really dig into your game and talk about why you deserve to win. What did you do behind the scenes? What did you do to get you to this place now? Now, in this game, perception is the most important thing. So I want to know why the person sitting next to you deserves to win this game.
All right, German, you're up first on this one.
Why Nick deserves to win. Nick had a lot of adversity in this game in the beginning, and then when the swap happened, he was on the lower end of the numbers. Yes, he was kind of saved because Eli was sick, but you know, he made it through. I feel like being a passive player, I don't want to denounce, or is the word denounce that? Put it down. I think it's a great strategy. I think if you can really dig into that and lay low, make sure your name's not out there and connect with people, which I think he did. Show that loyalty. He went out, he found an idol, something I couldn't do. And I think he, just like me, he played with his heart, and I think that that should be commended.
He should win because obviously, as stated, his number one game plan was to be loyal. He stated that from day one to a lot of us that were in our core five, and he held that bargain all the way through. He was the go-getter. Let's be real. Like, he spoke to everybody. He made sure either people felt comfortable or they understood where the vote was going, and either latch onto that vote or that's you're not gonna make it type situation. I mean, I can't say anything more than just like he truly kind of drives that type of gameplay even further. And I mean, I think all of us would like to grab a drink with him because he is such a personality and a great guy. But his number one thing was playing loyalty, and obviously I'm sitting here next to him because he said we're going to the finals together.
Thank you, guys.
All right. John?
Congrats, guys. You did what me and Carlos wanted to do. We wanted to bring our duo to the final. So we'll start with Nick first. You have a great story. You fought back from the bottom. Even at the end, we knew it was one of us. Very transparent, great guy, great competitor. I wanted to work with German. I felt like a final 2 or a final 3 with minorities was something big for the culture. So that was like my plan going into it. I wanted it to be at least one of us here. And I know your story, how you fought to get here, so I'm a little at a crossroad, like I don't know where to really go. So the only question I have is, can you both give me your biggest regret of something you did in this game?
I think my biggest regret is knowing that the vote was going to be Taylor and not letting her know that she was part of my original plan.
Jeremy?
That's a tough question. I don't think I have a lot of regrets. I'm gonna have to dig deep. Maybe allowing him to control that final 5 vote, and he had the idol, and I could have made a move like with Nicole or something, but I allowed him to make this decision to go home. And I could have controlled it if I wanted to.
All right. I just want to say congrats, you guys. I want to make sure I make the best vote that best represents the winner this season. So I wanted to highlight what I thought was, from my perception, the weakest point to both of your guys' game, and I want you to either challenge it or defend it, however you want it. German, I think that something that Nick has over you was that I think that he strategically made relationships with people from other sides that made it physically impossible to get him out. I tried multiple times, and there was never a combination of numbers to flip on him. Whereas I think I find when Taylor went home, it was you that was going home, and it did not flip until we were sitting on this chair. You had one person that wanted to flip it out against, and it was me from the other tribe. And I think strategically positioning yourself to make sure the vote is not to be secured is something that Nick did that was, in my opinion, greater or like strategically better than you. Yeah. On the other hand, I think that as the game moved on, German, you had a lot of more power and decision in the last couple of tribal council and votes, and I think Nick, you owe a lot to German. So I think your power, I mean, you obviously voted Nicole, your single vote, but I do think German had a huge say in you getting to here. So speak on your once your alliance of like all the people you made relationship with were out, your sole protector was him. So does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Like I think like he had more power socially than you towards the end of the game. Yeah.
All right, German, you're up. Oh yeah. Okay. To that statement, you said that he had more protection with the other side. Yes, he was on a tribe with them for all those rounds, so he had more time to bond with them. But something I did when we merged was, like Mike said, went to these people and tried to create a bond, even though we weren't all aligned beforehand. I wanted to make sure that I was good with them. I wanted to make an effort. I don't think he necessarily did that with the people maybe that he didn't meet beforehand, but I knew my position. I knew where I would be if I didn't try to reach out to the other alliance, and I do think I made an effort. It's harder for me because he had more time, but I think they trusted me for a while. There was a point Kim and David trusted me for a good amount. Me and Mikey, we came to an understanding, where we were in the game, and John really wanted to work with me at a point because I brought information to John, about Kim and how you were throwing him on the bus type of thing. So I was just playing the game. Thank you.
Nick?
Yeah, I played a passive game. I did. And that was just due to, in the past, I've seen people who are out there get voted out very quickly. I did lay back for a little bit, but I found my people, and I think that's what got me to that final immunity challenge. And I didn't play passive in that, that's for sure. I think I played my loyal game, but then I also might have done a lot of things under the radar that not everybody saw. And that could have been connecting with your tribe when we did the swap. And I showed them I'm not trying to throw any I'm going to go balls to wall every time. And that's where I felt like I got a lot of support from them was he's here to play. And he's here to play the game.
Germany will go first this time. You'll finish it up.
Yes,
Germany.
I really enjoyed playing this game with all of you. I feel like I had either an alliance or connection or a move with each and every one of you at some point in this game. I really gave it my all. I played with a passion. I never wanted to quit. I never wanted to give up. I never wanted to, really lie and cheat or anything in that type of gameplay. I really wanted to try to be as loyal as I can. Earlier, when I said Kim, you were throwing him on the bus, you made a face. So I just want to clarify what I was referring to. When you swapped, you said that he might have the idol, and when you had the idol the whole time. So I was just saying, I brought that information to him, and I think it created a rift between your connection with him. But yeah, I took it all the way. I never took my feet off the pedal. I always pushed forward.
I don't know who sings the song, but started from the bottom, now we're here. Definitely from the swap. I mean, back to the wall, I pushed forward. I mean, yes, we probably sat at tribal 50 times in a day, but I kept pushing, and everybody says that Eli got sick, but I actually got Eli sick, so that's why I'm still here. Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm very proud of how I played. I did make connections with majority of you, whether they were quick or very small, but some of them were very large, and I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I don't think I want to camp anytime soon, but we'll be back.
All right, thanks, Nick. All right, great work, final two. Jury, now up to you. Just a reminder of what is at stake. There's a $500 cash prize that will go to these men, one or the other, as well as $500 to the charity of their choice. We're also going to allow the winner to take their tribe flag home, so you can have that. And you'll also be able to select one of Jeremiah's amazing photos and have a pop made from Todd Herzog, who's the winner of China. He makes custom pops, and he'll do one in your likeness. So that is the prize package.
Holy cow.
That you are determining between. So you're going to go up, you're going to write the name of the person that you want to win. You are not voting someone out. You're writing the name of the person that you want to win the first ever season of Outlast. The one that represents this season. All the amazing, amazing gameplay that's happened in the last 2.5 days. One of these two will be representing all of that as our winner, and it's up to you who that will be. Taylor, you're up first.
This is an extremely tough vote. I think both of you guys played really amazing. I am going to vote for German. I think he played an amazing game. He made me feel as I was his number one. I had no idea that him and Nick were so close, and I really honestly underestimated his gameplay when I got to know him. So seeing him up there made me so proud, and I really hope you win.
There's absolutely no question in my mind that you deserve this, and I've been rooting for you since almost when I got out. I hope it goes to you. You really deserve it.
Thank you. Oh, were you like, why is he taking so long? You're shady. So I'm gonna go with who I think deserves it, and that's gonna be.
It was really split between the two of you. You were my day one, and although you voted me out, it was an epic game move. You played a really great game, you made great connections, you were really subtle, and you made it past that, the split. You played a really great game, and German, you also played an amazing game, but Nick just did a little better.
This one is really hard, but I think I'm gonna stick with my original vote.
This vote's hard because they played very different games. But I ultimately have to go for the game I respect the most.
All right, for the last time, I'm gonna go tally the votes.
I'm on Justin, right?
What?
I'm on Justin now.
He's gonna be right here.
Jury, German, Nick, thank you all again so much for an amazing first season of Outlast. I just want to do a quick hand in the air if you've never played one of these live games before. I did want to acknowledge that both of our final two, this is their first time being in a live game, which is amazing, as well as all of you who have first time in a live game. So amazing job. I hope you'll play more. Maybe. There's all different lengths, sizes, experiences out there, but you make bonds for a lifetime. And I'm really excited to watch this cast continue to hopefully stay in touch and hopefully come back next year to help us run this thing again. All right, for the final time, I'm going to read the votes. Remember, you want to see your name on these parchments. Takes 4 to win. Here we go. First vote. German. Nick. 1 vote Nick, 1 vote German. German. Or Germain. 2 votes German, 1 vote Nick. Nick. 2 votes German, 2 votes Nick. German. 3 votes German, 2 votes Nick. Nick. 3 votes German, 3 votes Nick, 1 vote left. I do think this season and all the amazing gameplay does deserve a 4-3 vote. So congratulations on that. Wow. But the winner of Outlast 2022 and our first ever Outlast champion is Nick.
Whoa, you get the cash money!
There's your cash prize.
Ooh. Thank you so much.
Ooh.
Congratulations. Think about what charity you'd like to donate the other 500 to.
Awesome.
Thank you all so very much for being a part of this experience. I hope you had a wonderful time. One last thank you to the entire